everyone, welcome to the first video in a series on a double engine motorcycle build. Now what I'm going to do is take this 1973 K11E Kawasaki 252 stroke, I'm pretty sure that's what it is, and I'm going to cut it apart, weld it together, throw two 125cc engines in it. Now why that engine size, you're asking? Well, it's because they're cheap, they're a proven design, and they're everywhere. Go to eBay right now, there's probably 1,000 results for 125cc motorcycle engine, and you can get parts anywhere for them. They're small, they're not a ton of power, but that's kind of something I'm looking for, and I'm gonna put them in here. So it'll be cheap, unique, and fun. It's the main 3 points I'm going for here, and it's going to be kind of a rat bike build because I don't want to dump a ton of money into it. I just want something I can ride that's fun. Now you're saying, why not use like a CB750 engine, put two of those in there? Oh, it'd be so cool. Yes, it would. Here's the thing, those engines are getting hard to acquire. So are XS650 engines, so are old Harley engines, that sort of thing. And the other thing is, you put two big engines in a frame like that, you're just going to tear it apart. That frame is not built for speed. That's the other thing. I just want it to be fun and unique. I don't need to go 100 miles an hour. I just need to get to work on it, or ride around town on it. So, and then like with any Japanese 4-cylinder motors, you put two of those in. The front one's going to take all the cool air to cool itself. The back one is going to get really hot. So then you need to detune it a little bit. You need to put ducting in. You need to have shared oil between the two engines to kind of keep the engine temperature similar. It's too much complexity. Also, just think 8 carburetors? No goddamn way. No. I'm not doing 8 carburetors. No. That's not going to happen. Trying to sync all 8 of those up? No. So we're going to do this bike, 225cc engines. So I'll put up a picture just real quick of what this bike looked like when I got it, and then I'll move over to the bike and show you what I've done so far. So here it is now. I've just done basic disassembly. I've taken the fenders off, put them in a bucket with some other decent parts so I can throw them on eBay. Cylinder heads, switch housings, toolbox, that sort of thing. They're all in there. And then, actually, this exhaust pipe, I think this is probably going to bring the most money on eBay. Because this is another thing with these old projects. If you're taking parts off, somebody wants it on eBay. This exhaust, I'm super impressed with it because it's got all the spring tabs on it. The head pipe here, right up by the engine, it's not dented or smashed at all. It's not rusted through on the bottom. This is just a little surface rust from sitting. It's not rusted through on the bottom. The only damage at all to this entire muffler is that little dent right there on the bottom. The heat shield's intact and everything, so that specific part is worth some real money on eBay. Go over to the bike, that whole bucket is going. This whole engine will be going on eBay. Whether or not it goes as a unit or as individual pieces depends on if this penetrating fluid in here gets through and I can get that jug off, because we got a case smashed down here and welded back together, that sort of thing. I'm not sure that there's any value in the bottom end of this engine. I kind of need to check that out before I throw it on eBay. But that engine's going on eBay. I could throw that swing arm, the shocks, the rear tire on eBay, that sort of thing too. I might keep that for a future sidecar project though. Mechanical drum brake on there. You never know what might come in handy. You start doing a lot of these type of projects, little parts like that start laying around, you get ideas. That sort of thing. I still need to take the skid plate off. That's going on eBay. Just threw a pipe in here to move it around. We got a speedometer. I'm going to keep that just because I need to get this thing titled. I'm going to have to keep that engine at least until I get this thing titled. Front drum brake. I'm not sure if I can get the speedo drive to work, but it rolls. I kind of like the look of that drum brake too, but I've got this fork brace in here. I'm going to keep that. Something that I'll get to learn and share with all of you, how to shorten forks, because I do not need all that travel for this bike. The reason for that is this is not going to be an off-road bike when it gets built with the 2 engines. What's going to happen is that is going to get some rake to it. This is going to get like 2 feet of frame added to it. Probably take off everything from here back. That rear end's going. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to slap this Suzuki rear end on it. This swing arm's actually bad, so I'm going to make it a hardtail with this big fat rear tire and that machined aluminum there, and it's actually got a good brake on it. It's got a big disc brake on it. That'll make it a little bit safer, because I like how mechanical drum brakes look, but they don't work very well, especially when they get wet. So that big rear end is going to go on here. It'll help it look a little bit different, you know, that sort of thing. Make it look more like a muscle bike versus, you know, what it's actually going to be, which is a angry hornet's nest of buzzing 125s. But that's the plan. That's what I think the direction's going to be. So make sure you're subscribed. I'll keep this playlist going. You can see progress as it happens. I'll have updates on, you know, how many of the parts are gone on eBay, that sort of thing. It's not going to be junk every 2 or 3 days or every week. It's just going to be when there's been a big step forward here and there. So like I said, make sure you're subscribed. We'll get this project done together. Thanks for watching.